Good morning, everyone. It's a Monday morning here for me. I don't know what day of the week it is for you, but I hope you're having a good one. We're running a campaign with Scott A. Wynn. You see we have $156,000 in the bank, no debt to the bank. That's the way we want to roll it. Let's take a look at the job market, see what we have next. Now there's another way we can search this. If we look at the map, we see here that anything that is more brightly colored is a city that we have visited. Anything that is not would be more of this lighter gray color. Let's take a look at some of these places that we have not yet seen. Phoenix, we have a run for $15,000. Let's take a look at San Fran. The highest rated one by money is $14K. That is driving a Peterbilt, 455 horsepower, and that is hauling, it looks like, does it tell us here what we're hauling? Yes, it is TVs, television sets. Let's take a look at Salem. Oh, these looks like some nice lucrative runs here. We have a Mac Anthem sleeper. We could drive from Salem, Oregon to Elko, Nevada. We can haul a $48,500 harvester from Salem, Oregon to Pocatello. Or an all-terrain crane at 77,500 pounds from Salem, Oregon to Eureka, California. Now I'm liking the challenge of this. If you look at the size of this crane, we're going to get the 579 high-rise sleeper, 600 horsepower Peterbilt, 18 speeds. It's not a super long run, but it looks like a challenging run. It looks like an interesting run, so we're going to go ahead and check that one out. And we'll get paid $19,362. We're going to go ahead and take that job. Alright, and you see Salem is discovered. We have not yet been to this town. Let's do a quick mirror adjustment here. So our left mirrors, we're going to pull this small left one in a little bit. So we're just seeing the more of the edge of that trailer. There we go. Let's go to the right mirrors. Okay, we could adjust that one in maybe a little bit, or maybe really more just the small one. And there we go. Let's get a look at this truck from the outside. And we are hauling, let's see what this thing is called. It is an all-terrain crane. You hear the guys busily working, hammering in the background, chiseling stuff out. You see this is the front of it right here. You can see how that crane would lift up. And all-terrain, I mean, look at those tires. Looks like that can really, I mean, look at the tires compared to the size of my tires. That certainly looks like it could go just about anywhere. Alright, so it's a 471 mile run. It looks like we have plenty of gas, and let's check out this cab. It is a Peterbilt. Let's check out the specs on this real quick. It is a Series 579 6x4 high-rise sleeper, 600 HP, 2,000 pounds of torque, an Eaton gearbox, standard fuel tank for a rig this size. This is a rig I have my eye on, so I am excited to drive it. Alright, let's get on our way. Start the engine up. Get rid of this junk here. And we're on our way. So this is a wide load and it is a long load, so I'm going to have to be really, really careful with this thing around turns. Looks like I have a good amount of room here, but I'm going to use everything they're giving me. Get that baby around the corner. There we go. And we're on our way. We have plenty of room here. See you boys later. See you next time. It's a beautiful day. It is noon, so we should be there sometime in the nighttime. Maybe sometime around 10 o'clock at night. We'll see how it goes. So far this rig, at least on flat grounds, feels like it has plenty of power. We're going to let these trucks pass by, and because we're happy, we're going to honk to the Nesquik bunny. Thanks for slowing down. We appreciate it. Alright, let's take a look at the inside of this rig. It looks like walnut trim, some walnut on the steering wheel. I like the gauges, they're well laid out. I like how everything is just bunched together inside that inner part of my steering wheel. Makes everything easy to find and to see. And if we shift through using I here, you can definitely get a look at the temperature gauge, and most importantly would be for me miles per hour. Wait for this gate to open. I will keep it on MPH. See the beautiful blue sky in the background, looking glorious. There's a biplane up to our 1 o'clock. Looks like we're still in this big facility here, still going in and out of gates. A lot of gravel. It's like a mining operation. So probably mining off to the side somewhere here, and this would be the area where they sort and process. Avalanche Steel. That's a cool name. Cool logo, I like it. So if you guys have watched me enough, you know I love Oregon. And this is going to be a fun run. Let's take a look at that run real quick. We're going to be running from Salem, Oregon, right down through Eugene, past Klamath Falls. Looks like we're passing through Medford here. And this is where it's going to get fun and interesting. This does not look like a main road, and that is a very, very turny road there. And we'll end up right in Eureka. It looks like our final destination looks like some kind of, it's hard to say, some kind of mining operation, some kind of industrial operation. I see a sawmill there, indication. And I'm just looking real quick for any discoverables. I mean, there's a discoverable there. I don't know if I want to, with this big load, be fooling around with that too much unless something is right off the exit. You see, this one doesn't seem too bad, but that can be a really challenging turnaround point, so I'm not so sure I want to do that one. And other than that, we're right here. So we're going to leave discoverables off the table for this particular run, and let's continue on our way. The trickiest thing around those turny parts is me making sure that when I make a turn I stay on the outer edge like I am now, so that that tail end of that trailer doesn't clip a car on the way by. I'm going to have to really take that slow. This rig right here, the Peterbilt, is definitely on the at or near the top of my list of rigs I'm going to want to purchase once I go through the process of getting my garages set up. Right now my main garage, in case you missed it, is out of Salt Lake City, Utah, and it is currently just the one bay garage. I do not own any trucks yet. Right now I'm just doing runs, making as much money as possible. And I decided that I don't think I'm going to upgrade anything right now. I'm going to try and get about maybe $400K in the bank, enough where I can purchase that 3-bay garage for $180K, and then quickly buy 2 trucks and hire 2 drivers. That would be my goal. And then I can continue to do these types of runs to continue to earn good money. But I definitely need to buy trucks. You cannot have drivers in your garage without giving them trucks. And I definitely want to hire good drivers. A good friend of mine who's been very successful, he has 4 garages, I believe 14 drivers. He has $2 million in the bank, and strategy he used was just that. And he also makes sure that he only hires drivers that have a 5 or above on their rating. Because if you hire these drivers that are 1.7, 1.8, they can't do long runs. They can't do the more expensive runs because they just don't have the experience. And quite frankly, they're not going to earn you that much money. So, we're in the money earning business. We want to build a successful business, and we want to be smart about it. So, going into debt with the bank is not the way to do it. And it could get us going. We could be fine with that, but we're trying to not do that. We're trying to just organically build a business by good old-fashioned blue-collar hard work. And you see how quickly things can go bad for you there. I took my eye off the road real quick, and this guy was going to let me in, but now he's not. And I hit a tiny little sign there, no damage to the vehicle, but you see how quickly things can change for you. Could be tough getting out of here. It's like that car was going to let me in, but these vehicles behind are much more reluctant. I'm going to just stick my nose out here, make that Mac put on his brakes, and he does, and we're on our way. So a little bit of sloppy driving by me right there. No real harm, no foul, but it just reminds me to be on my toes. Take a little time now that we're on a highway to enjoy the scenery and all that Oregon has to offer with its good natural beauty. It is a beautiful place. I have driven through these areas in real life. And I think the devs have done a great job of bringing that to life for us through this game. I know some people complain in local areas that, oh, I live in Oregon and you didn't even scratch the surface with what is there, or we have to understand the devs have to make some hard decisions on places and what to include and what not to include, and creating a very large open world. I think they've done a fantastic job with that, and I don't live in this area, nor have I, but I think they've done a really good job of representing these different states. And I have driven through these states, and just the overall feel of this area is pretty spot on. (126 East Springfield) straight ahead. I'm going to miss these pine trees when we leave them in our rear view mirror. Still get that in northern Cali, but much below there that stuff disappears. Alright, So we're having a blast on this campaign in just over 8 days in game, or I'm sorry, 4 days in game. We've earned almost 160k. We've done 11 runs, and you know, we're living the American dream here. Let's get over to the left, get past the slow traffic. Trying to figure out what this guy is hauling up here to the right. I'm still getting to know these different trailer types and what he might be hauling. I'm not sure. We're going to get a great look at that. It looks like that might be some kind of grain or grain processing truck. I'm not sure. Looks like it had a area where you could dump grain or something in the top there, but I could be entirely wrong. I'm just looking at the design of it, trying to figure out what it is. It's nice to see all the varied rigs. If you just look on the other side of the road while we're driving, you saw the chem company. I've driven for them before. They normally deal in stuff like fertilizers. Yesterday I delivered 57,000 pounds of dynamite to a mine. I've definitely delivered a bunch of heavy farm equipment. Right now I have this crane in the back, this heavy crane. The all-terrain crane. And then I've delivered stuff like frac trailers, and get off to the left here. So I could tell by my speed that nobody would be in the left there. I know that shouldn't be, but I'm driving a little above the speed limit here, so it'd be very highly unlikely that anybody would be coming up on the left there, although I should be checking and double checking that before I make a lane change like that. This red sports car, he wants to go. You want to go, bro? Let's go. Let's go. There's no match. You didn't have a chance. Alright, I can see some kind of truck is right on my ass up here. Try to pick up my speed a little bit here. Even though I am going well over the speed limit. I take that back. That is nobody on my ass. That is my trailer. That's great. It's just so long, it looks like there's another vehicle behind me. So I'm seeing things out here. I'll be alright. Yeah, when you look out the back there, you can't really see it now, but when you're going around turns, it actually does look like somebody's right on you. I would say that's pretty rare for this game. I haven't seen that too often, where people are, you know, really tailgating you and staying in that spot, unless you're going really slow, of course. It's certainly not at speed. 120,000 pounds. And let's see, our trailer itself is 77,000 pounds. So that would put our rig that we're driving at roughly 50,000 pounds, which is incredible in weight, considering a normal, you know, vehicle like my Jeep Commander would weigh in around 3,500 to 4,000 pounds. That's a big vehicle. Alright, so I'm suspecting we'll be getting into Northern California rather quickly. You see we have about 336 miles left on our journey. Why don't we roll down some windows and enjoy the highway sounds for a while? Beautiful farm off to the right. Love to hear that transmission shifting, downshifting, upshifting. Alright, windows are up. Hitting a lot of traffic right now. It's getting really close to rush hour traffic. I guess they have rush hour traffic even up in the hills of southern Oregon. Oregon, as you know, has a beautiful, beautiful coastline. When driving through here, I drove mostly down the coast whenever I could. And there's no shortage of beautiful lighthouses, beautiful scenes. You know, I saw something on TV one time about a hotel that you could stay at that is located in Oregon. And it's on the beach, and one side of it, the side that faces the ocean, is just that whole wall for every room facing the ocean is just a wall of glass. And I think they have little decks out there where you could sit, but believe it or not, people book it more often than not, you know, during what they would consider storm season. I don't really know what that is, but man, that was rough. A little bit of damage, I bet. Let's take a look. Yep, made a little bit of contact there. Not the best thing in the world. But yeah, you know, it's tough to see around these vehicles. Hopefully this guy moves. You know, this isn't real life. We don't have to wait for a police officer to show up. So I'm just hoping this guy actually makes a move here, because I'm pretty stuck. If you look behind me, yeah, I'm pretty stuck. I don't really have room to back up. So I'm just hoping that this guy really just moves. I can't tell. Does he have his... He seems to have his signal on. Or is that... Yeah, that's his signal. So I'm not really sure what he's doing here, but... Hopefully... There he goes. He moves. I gave him a little love tap. But you see how tough it is. I mean, this... I can't see anything around this guy. I should have given him a little more berth. Wow, guy. That was pretty sketchy. You know, it seems like I'm getting off up here too. I wonder whether I just get on the shoulder here. I don't know if I have enough room. Oh, it looks like they're not letting me through here, which is what it is. That's what it is. This is totally closed. So I'm not too happy about that love tap I gave that bus. It's been a really long time since I collided with anybody or rear-ended anybody. But it happens. You can see why it happened. You know, bus stopping short, trying to merge over. People not letting him in. You see, I'm just going to have to kind of stick my nose in here. So let that guy in, but not me, eh? There we go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. CCP. Police are on the scene. It's state troopers. And there's another statey sitting there. There's a motorcycle blocking that way, so let's see where the detour takes us. So it wants us to stay on this highway, which we'll do. You can see by the top graphic on the right there that we caused a little bit of damage to the rig itself. It didn't say how much damage. I didn't see anything that popped up and said you caused damage, but it looks like on that graphic there is a tiny bit of damage. You know, fender bender type of damage. Damage nonetheless, so I probably will get docked XP or something when I make this delivery. We'll see how it goes. But we are going to make mistakes out here. We can't do everything perfectly. And I was telling a story. I was probably distracted. I have no regrets. I love telling stories. But anyhow, on this place on the coast in Oregon, people actually go there for vacation when they know it's going to be stormy, because the draw there is not when it's nice sunny weather. The draw there is when it's really stormy and the Pacific gets angry and the waves are beating on the rocks on the coast, and people come in there to watch these crazy storms move in. And I think that's really cool. I mean, I'm oddly fascinated by extreme weather, and I think I would love that, to just pull up in there and just, you know, have a 2-3 day type of weekend and just watch this crazy storm move in. Just watch the power of the waves and the thunder and lightning and all that. I just think it would be amazing. But man, there's so much to see in so little time. I think I could live 5 lifetimes and not see everything that I really want to see in this world. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way, and you know, some people just never leave their town. And I can understand that too. It's not been my experience. I mean, I've lived all over. I'm living in my 18th different home right now in my, let's see, 1, 2, 3, fifth different state. And I moved a lot when I was single, and I've also moved a lot with my family and my wife, so I don't know what to chalk it up to. Restless spirit, maybe? Wanting to see and experience other places. I honestly get sick of places after a while. I lived in Western Massachusetts for about 6 years, and I did the whole New England thing, and you know, I was leaf peeping, and I was making jaunts up to Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine, and you know, we vacationed off the coast of Maine. Okay, it's asking me to pull in. This beautiful island called Monhegan Island, where you have to take a 15-mile ferry to get out to the island, where there's no electricity, there's no cars. There's just a few pickup trucks on the island that help some of the inns there. get people's goods from the ferry to their location. But I've seen it all up there, I feel like, and I just got sick of it. There wasn't really much to see. So now I live in the mid-Atlantic, which gives me access to Virginia and Pennsylvania and West Virginia and Maryland and all these states around here, major cities, Baltimore and Washington, D.C., and all they have to offer with their great... Washington, D.C. has great free museums. I mean, it's amazing. They're world-class museums. You don't have to pay a dime to get in and see them. And it's amazing. This guy's going to let me in. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it's great. Like I have not yet explored. I've been in this area with my family for 3 years now, and I have not yet even scratched the surface of what there is to see here. So this is definitely a place I can live for a while, but I suspect when my kids are in college, I'll want to go see other places and live other places. And I think truckers feel that way too. I can get into the mind and the head and the mentality of a trucker, because Oregon thanks you. Come back soon. Welcome to California. Oh, it's good to be here. But I can understand that need to go see places. And some people do it just for the living, just for the paycheck. But a lot of the people who do it just want to be free. They can't sit behind a desk. They can't be restrained to a certain area. They want to go out and see the country and the world. And trucking's a great way to do it. And I know I can't do that in real life. That's not my career. I'm a teacher. But I can do it virtually, and this great sim allows me to do that. And I appreciate it. Because sometimes I just need to hit the road and get away. And, as a human being, I can't do that, but virtually I can do it all I want. So I appreciate this sim for that reason. The same way I'm going to appreciate when Microsoft Combat Simulator comes out. Being able to fly places all over the world. Again, a freedom type of thing. And really can't wait for that. It's coming out in about 2.5 weeks. And then I'm also going to pick up that train sim. Is it called Train Sim 2 or something like that? And I'm staying in the sim type of space on this channel, at least for now. And in life, that helps me. They're all freeing, traveling type of things where you can get away somewhere else. And these hard times with COVID and all that, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's really, it's good for mental health to be able to, find a release, find a place you can go, even if it's virtually, to take your mind off of things. It's a messed up world right now. People are dying. People are getting sick. And it's pretty bad in this country right now. And I hope we're getting a little smarter as time goes on, and I hope we get a vaccine soon. Until then, I'm just so happy to have this world I can come to. That's not the world I live in, and just be free. Free from all that. Alright, enough about that, guys. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. But I was really speaking about it more in the positive sense. Not in the sense of it being a negative thing, but it actually being a real positive thing. Reading, next 3 exits. This would be fantastic if they took you through, let's say, like Redwood National Forest, and we could actually see the redwoods in this game. They are around this region. They'd be more towards the coast. I don't really know where I am in relation to the coast, but it's that way. I don't really think we're all that close right now. But I said it before, if I ever lived in California, it would be Northern California. It's more my speed than the Southern lifestyle. Looks like we're branching off to the right here. Put our signal on. We're going to be heading on 44 west. 44 west. And I have a feeling from here, this is where this road, the roads are about to get a little sketchy. But we'll see how it goes. I've already slightly bumped and rear-ended somebody, so there's nothing I can do about that now, but I am going to try and have a clean rest of my run. There we go, this guy's going to let me over. I also want to look at this body of water, which looks pretty awesome. Okay, something going on up here, just a regular pullover, no blockage in the road. Making it my way left. Looks like we're about to discover a town here. What do we got here? Slow her down a little bit. So Eureka's straight ahead. Cypress Avenue is this way. Market Street is a very, very small town by the looks of it. Let's see where we are on the map. Okay, we are in Eureka. And, I'm sorry, we're in Reading. And we're going to be heading to Eureka. And is that our endpoint? Huh. Did we end up taking a different route? Oh, with that detour, we ended up coming this way and not down through here like we were originally supposed to. So we were supposed to get off here, I think. And we were supposed to come down through here, but that detour where, you know, that cop was blocking that exit forced us down this way to take an entirely different route. And I want to say that's disappointing, but I'm also going to say I'm okay with that because that would have been a pretty treacherous route. So I think that actually shortened our trip quite a bit. Yeah, it looks like we have just 114 miles left. Looks like we have plenty of gas. We hadn't put on my headlights because we are getting a little bit dark here at 9 o'clock at night. And we're on our way again. Probably should have checked the map earlier. I don't know whether to check the map sometimes. It feels like a little bit of an immersion killer. Probably for you, but you know, I do like to check it to know where I am. And we've never been on 299 West, and these are still roads that we have discovered that we haven't been on before on this campaign. So I'm happy to take you down any road we haven't been on before, and I would say that's my goal for the rest of this campaign with this Scott A win for Win-Win Limited, is that I'm taking you guys on roads that you haven't seen before. And I still need to make my runs. I still need to make money. I think you noticed that I didn't take the highest paying thing, but I took the third highest paying thing from this region. So I'm trying to find that. Let's take a look at this water here. It looks beautiful. Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm trying to get that balance for you guys. Good runs you haven't seen yet, but then, you know, I still need to make some dough. I mean, the goal of this is to slow way down here. It's just getting a little sketch. Yeah, I still need to make some dough. I'm trying to build a successful business here, and I'm trying to show you guys how to do it. So, you know, it's going to be a balance, but I think some of the most important stuff is that I'm getting you a variety of different rigs, a variety of different things that I'm hauling, and also I want you to see a variety of roads. So we're not looking at the same stuff over and over again. And on top of that, I need to make my money. And, you know, I don't think I should be taking anything less than $20,000 a haul at this point in my career. I have the experience and I'm ranked up enough. Man, I gotta really take it slow through here. I mean to slam on the brakes here. I'm still getting used to these brakes. to take it really slow through here. Beautiful moon out in my left side view mirror there. I've noticed that. I mean, really, more times than not, it's a full moon out there. And you know, it would be cool to see the moon in its phases. You know, like half moon, a new gibbous. That would be more realistic in my mind, but I understand why they do it. It's to probably help illuminate the map. Plus, it looks cool. It's hard when you can't see anything on these maps at night. You know, you really do miss out on some of the landscape. But if you just look around, I can still see a pretty good distance. Alright, so we're going a bit over the speed limit. I have that turned off because, well, I've explained numerous times before why I turned that off. So I don't want to abuse the speed at all. I want to be safe, but at the same time, I don't want $700 continuously taken out of my pocket every time I go a little over the speed limit. So, you know, that's up to you. The settings you have are up to you. And, you know, if anybody judges you, they're wrong to do that. You know, this is your experience and you make it what you want it to be. I'm just trying to show you, you know, what it could be. So it looks like we have a little bit of road work right here. This guy's doing a little jackhammering out there. Guy's got a pickaxe. I'm surprised everybody was working there. Normally you go by a construction site, you see at least a few guys standing around. And I understand it. I mean, that's really rough on the body. You know, guys need to protect their bodies by not working the entire time, but it's pretty comical in places I lived how much guys are standing around. Makes me wish I had that job sometimes. Tough on the body, maybe a little easier on my mind. Being a teacher, wow, just have to be thinking all the time. That's mentally exhausting. It's not physically exhausting, it's just the mental part of it that physically exhausts me. And construction is probably the other way around. It's the actual physical acts. Not that they don't have to problem solve, they absolutely do. I mean, some really smart people, but it's just a different type of work. I'll tell you what, I don't get to stand around and watch other people work. I'm working the whole day. Except for when it's summertime, like right now, so you know, there are benefits to being a teacher for sure. Alright, just trying to keep this, stay in my lane here. Gotta follow a little bit more the outside of the turn. See, we got some S-curves coming up through here. Just S-curve after S-curve. Slow her down a little bit. Man, I'm a little angry I did that rear end job on that bus, but you know, it just happens. Should have given him more room, but hey, hindsight's 20/20, right? You can sit here all day and worry about that, but my job is to get this drop as clean as possible, and it's not an easy run. That's why they gave it to me. I have the experience to do this, and Darshell Uze Winery. Very cool. $2.99 West. I like this road. It's a good one. I don't believe I've been on it ever. See, when a car's coming like that, so that's when you really have to be on the outside of the turn. Otherwise, they oh, Mad River. I've definitely heard of the Mad River. I believe there's whitewater rafting on this river. Okay, you see I'm taking a turn very shortly here. Eureka! We've discovered it. I believe that's an ancient Roman word. correct. Forget, I learned that in school. I can't remember exactly what the history behind that word was, but okay, this is kind of an S-curve on-ramp here. Take it nice and slow. Make sure we're not clipping that trailer. Right up here, I want to be a little more towards the outside. And then you got to simultaneously look over your left here and then merge. Alright, can't be far now. Yeah, it's 18 miles. You know, one of my friends told me that the rumble strips actually chew up your tires if you own a truck, which makes sense. So, you know, they're there for a reason, to save lives, but when you're merging on, if you need to be on those rumble strips, fine, but I guess if that's true, you got to get off them quick. Eureka city limit. Pretty cool looking town. I'm just going to wait for this light here. It might be a little bit of a sharp turn. I can't really see it beyond this hedge there, and if I can't see that, I don't really want to make this turn. I want to be able to turn it wide. Most places in America, by rule of thumb, you can make a right on red, but not every place. And you see this? If there was a car here, I would have been having to wait anyhow. Just cleared that. So I did a good job with the trailer on this one, just not a good job not rear-ending somebody. She's really struggling up this little hill here. That is a heavy load. I mean, 77,000 pounds. That's a ton of weight. A little pocket of cool 19 grand. We'll take it. Maybe the final bridge here. A lot of water. Notice there's a factory down the way there, spewing filth into the air. We appreciate that. And it looks like we're straight on here. Maybe a little up to the left. This is my company right here, HMS. Something mining services, or I wonder what that is. Service and maintenance, okay. Well, you know what? I feel like I'm going to want to take this super wide here. Even if I'm coming up on a curb. Let's see where they want me to put it, but I definitely want to come into this parking lot wide. There we go. Let's see where they want it. I am going to take the where should I place it option. They want it straight ahead here. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to straighten this puppy out enough. We shall see. You know, you wish you knew where they wanted it before you pull into the parking lot, because it would have made me want to loop it around even more. Okay, so bring it around this way. I'm not worried about curbs at all. And I'm just going to swing her around. I think with curbs is you can come up on them all you want. You just have to keep it nice and kind of gentle. Ooh, I take that back. I actually did a little bit of damage there. That thing hopping off the curb. So not ideal. Not ideal. But this is giving me a room to get around. Now I wonder whether I actually clipped something, but I don't think it's really possible that I actually clip my trailer there. But see, this is going to give me a much better run at this. And we'll pull her straight in and we'll get our full XP for this. And it's unfortunate we damaged the trailer at the end there. I think I probably could have taken that a little bit slower. But hey, live and learn, right? There we go. Let's decouple her. And see how we did. So we got an excellent 497 miles, 12 and a half hours, 104 gallons. And we got a great amount of XP there. Base reward, 800 XP, proficiency bonus, long distance delivery bonus, plus 200 XP. That's paying off. High value cargo bonus. See, I'm skill rank 2 on both of those if you look in this area. So I was able to get 200 XP and 144 XP. I like to pay attention to stuff like that so I know how to level up. And it looks like I am going to be able to level up. And did a pretty good job with the trailer maneuvering bonus. Slight bit of damage at the end there. A little bit of a fender bender with that bus. So not my best run overall, but I'm going to take it. I earned some good money. Got some great XP. And I didn't do anything too damaging. So, excuse me, let's take a look at this. So we know long distance did really well for us. Rank 3 is going to take us deliveries up to 1,000 miles, plus 15% higher reward for delivery distances longer than 650 miles. So that's a definite consideration. High value cargo, plus 15% higher reward for a high value delivery. And fragile cargo. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. Let's see, long distance would be good. This would also be good too. That can get me up to class 3 flammable liquids. So that allows me to haul some of the stuff that maybe some people don't want to haul. I'm not crazy about that one. Fuel economy. I mean, that could be good. I'm going to go ahead and go high value cargo because, you know, long distance doesn't I don't necessarily want to be doing 1,000 mile runs right now. I think I'd rather work with high value right now, so we're going to go ahead with that. And one of the reasons I don't want to do these super long distance runs at this point is, you know, it definitely makes for longer videos too, and you know, I'm not always hip with that. And I think I blundered. I don't believe I took a screen grab of this particular rig, and that's unfortunate. You have to figure out something creative with, you know, what I'm doing with that for a screen grab for my video, but that's my problem to deal with. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that delivery. It was pretty interesting. It wasn't the longest run. I mean, 600 miles isn't short, but it's certainly, or was it 400 something miles? I can't remember. But anyhow, it was a pretty fun run. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. See you soon.